This movie is mad! I've been thinking about it here and there since I made my review on it when it was new, trying to wrap my head around why it's so okay, especially since I've taken a greater interest in learning writing around that time, and I've still been trying to learn more. And there might even be something else to prove that later on. By the way, this movie has spoilers. Anyway, this movie's kinda boring, it's not scary, and it was made with the fan base in mind so much that unless you're already a longtime fan of the franchise, you're probably gonna hate this movie because of all the fan service inside jokes and overly complicated lore that just makes you think, what the hell is going on? So let's start with the basic idea for now. So this guy becomes the security guard at a Chuck E. Cheese clone, where the place and more importantly the animatronics are haunted by these 5 ghost kids because years ago the founder killed those kids and stuffed the bodies inside the animatronics, so now they're sort of semi-conscious. It's gotten too complicated over the years, but I think the story of FNAF could still work for a movie if you make it good by simplifying things, which this movie does, but it doesn't seem like they did that enough, and that's why you hear people saying that this movie isn't accessible to outsiders. There's too much to keep up with. Like these things called spring lock suits, which are designed to hold back the animatronic's endoskeleton so a human can climb inside the space, wear it like a suit, and control it from within. Even some of the stuff exclusive to this movie is kinda weird. Like, the main villain of the series was eventually named William Afton, and in this movie, William not only killed those initial 5 kids, but also killed the little brother of the protagonist Mike, and was apparently controlling the animatronics, and I think forcing them to do the same routine with Mike's little sister Abby. And I might have missed something, but I'm not really sure why William does what he does. There's a few theories I could reference as possibilities, but those are just theories about the games, so they're game theories. I'm not even sure if William knew Mike had a sister until the climax. The animatronics probably decided to do that themselves after that fort scene. I mean, they are somewhat conscious, right? Maybe they did it as a way to sort of regain their childhood in a sense, you know? They're hanging out with Abby, having fun, and then next thing you know, they want to make her into an animatronic so they can stay together. Though that would run the risk of removing part of Abby's humanity, as we've already seen. Not really sure what was going on near the beginning of the movie though, since Abby wasn't able to go to Freddy's, where they should have met each other for the first time. I guess Abby just has the 6th sense, and Mike has the 5.5th sense. What's up with him anyway? Well, he's this down-on-his-luck screw-up because he has to raise his sister Abby after their parents died, and he just got fired from his current job after mistaking some guy for a kidnapper, so he takes up Freddy's out of desperation to not lose custody of Abby to their Aunt Jane, who is mean and smells like cigarettes. Throughout Mike's time at Freddy's, he becomes more desperate to find out who kidnapped his brother Garrett, and at one point the ghosts offer him to have a dream every night where Garrett is alive with the family, instead of the one where he relives Garrett's abduction every night in exchange for Abby, and at first he's all like, okay, I'll do it, but then he quickly realizes, wait, this isn't right! And then he escapes some death trap and is rescued by Vanessa the cop, and then he goes back to Freddy's to save Abby, who's about to be turned into a furry, where he's like, you know what, Abby? Maybe chasing after the psychopath isn't worth it. And then during their escape, William Afton arrives to kill Mike and Abby himself, where he also reveals that he killed Garrett and was controlling the animatronics, forcing them to kill others. After some other stuff happens, Mike and Abby convince the animatronics to turn against Willie, the cupcake causes the spring locks to do their shit to Willie, and he says his iconic "I always come back" line before being dragged down to the basement or whatever, except that line doesn't really work in this instance because in the movie, we don't know that he's immortal or something. Is he even immortal in the games? I don't know anymore. Anyway, the story is finally reaching its end after all of that. Vanessa's likely recovering in the hospital after Mike is more hopeful for the future, Abby is normal, Aunt Jane is dead. Roll credits. I still feel like Mike is the most interesting part of the movie. His arc kinda reminds me of a coming of age story, you know, him deciding that he should leave this thing from his childhood behind to focus on what's really important right now, that being proving he can be a good father adjacent figure by not screwing up his responsibilities. I gotta say though, he could have earned that ending more. You know how? They should have made it so the murders are happening during the movie's plot. Now Abby is at a higher risk of being killed, so now his defeating William is more personally motivated than it already was, and hopefully they're gonna do that for the sequel. Wait, that's how it was for the first two games? That's lame. I mean, it might be more repetitive, but at least it would also be more engaging. It keeps you hooked more than Vanessa's daddy issues. So when I first saw the movie, I thought Vanessa was going to be involved in William's schemes, and I was sort of right. So basically, she's William's daughter, and since she knew about the murders, I'm guessing she might have told the police department, so they searched Freddy's top to bottom looking for those kids, except for inside the animatronics, because I guess there's no such thing as a sense of smell. They never found those kids, and I guess that means William was never caught either. But he changed his name to Steve Raglan just to be safe. And now that Vanessa is unable to arrest her dad because of legal mumbo jumbo, she's all like, "Oh!" And that's why she mainly drops exposition, abruptly gets angry at Mike for being irresponsible after Abby hurts herself, and comes back at the end for the epic climax where William tries to kill her. I mean, at least they tried. Unlike with Aunt Jane, she wants custody of Abby for the monthly check from the state government, she plans to sabotage Mike's job, and then when she's babysitting Abby one night, Golden Freddy just kills her. Gone just as quickly as the thought of her being a threat. Let's see, anything else? I want to clear up that when I was complimenting the theming in the last video, I was talking about the aesthetics of the setting and not the narrative theming. And I think that's about it for now. If you want me to do a third video, I'll consider it. Anyway, subscribe and repost if you support trans rights or are currently rewatching Ninjago. Okay, bye!
Hey guys, it's me, Freddy. So yeah, if you liked the episode, then be sure to like the video. And remember, if you want more episodes, then be sure to subscribe and leave comments so we can get ideas for the next episodes. So yeah, and be sure to tune in for more. So yeah, be sure to tune in for episodes of Season 2. And yeah, bye!